All right. Welcome back. Let's listen to
Your
this.
words were very, very clear on January 11th, 2021. You said that President Trump's rhetoric and actions contributed to the insurrection. No other president in American history has contributed to an insurrection. So please explain, given the fact that you believe he contributed to an insurrection, how you can say we should have him back in the Oval Office.
It's not, because for me, it's not about him as much as it is having a Republican administration, Republican secretaries, Republican rules, a sense where states' rights comes first, individual rights comes first, parents' rights comes first. We're going to have a pro-business economy. We're not going to have a cancel culture that has really infiltrated all across America. It's not about Trump with me. It's about bringing those more.
But he will be the president.
Right? I'm the governor of the live free or die state, bringing that mentality back.
That doesn't make any sense to me, Governor. I'm sorry. You're saying it's not about Trump. You're saying he would be the president. And you've said he's someone who's contributed to an insurrection.
I understand it doesn't make sense to you, George, but look at the polls. What you're telling me is you don't understand why 51% of this country is supporting Donald Trump. They're not crazy. They're not MAGA conservatives. They're not extremists. They want culture change.
All right. So, all right. Let me bring you up to speed, sir. Some guy is clashing with a GOP governor over Trump support.
Yeah, Stephanopoulos is interviewing the governor of New Hampshire, right?
Correct. Yes, correct. Yep.
Now, what you find in the governor of New Hampshire is a complex character, confused personality. Months back, he was the one that was calling Donald Trump out for being un-American and less presidential, inciting the public to insurrection, an outright coup to reject the result of a free and fair election. Today he is here manufacturing his own poll figure, saying that 51% of Americans unless this man is watching other polls results different from what
are you disagreeing with the 51%? What is the actual number if it's not 51%?
See, at the time last week it dropped to 47 apiece for both Biden and Donald Trump, and today Joe Biden is in a clear lead.
That is scary. 47% is actually still scary to me.
Well, know that some of us Americans are really crazy. Some of us are indeed very crazy. Wait,
so you're
some
saying
of
we're
us
crazy?
have never been. See, some of us have never been on the strongman leadership before or governance before. So, like you and I, who witnessed what it was, how crazy it was to live under a despotic leader like Sani Abacha. Would you want such a character to come back to office? And Americans have seen a foretaste of what kind of character, what kind of person Donald Trump is. If they legitimize him, bringing him back into office, which is why everybody doesn't want him to, or let me say majority of the people, don't let me make a sweeping statement. I suspect majority of Americans, particularly women now, I mean, see, when you go into the scriptures, Jesus will say, when you look to the east and you see the cloud gather, you know what sign it is, that something is to come. Every rainstorm. Understand? When you see Republicans losing seats in a place like Alabama, losing seats in places like Georgia, in Kansas, off-season election, and just because those is the issues in those elections, New York, remember, excuse me, those issues were driven. The issues on the ballot was the issue of choice, and I mean the abortion thing, Roe v. Wade. Women are really up in arms against Donald Trump at the moment. So you see, they're focusing on abortion rights, but women are looking at the time in which, I mean, the past in which they were practically living in subjugation, in slavery, and they are going to reject everything like that. That is the trend, the emerging trend. So educated Americans too, with their liberal orientation and leaning, would vote against Donald Trump. So it's beyond what the governor of New
Let me
Hampshire
just
wants.
just to interrupt you for a second, sir. Pardon me, sir.
Yes.
The poll that you're looking at on the screen, if you're wondering, is only from September 24, 2023. So it's quite outdated. I don't want people to be
Yes, I'm
confused.
focused on. I'm focused on.
No, I just wanted to speak to the audience for a second, sir. Sorry.
Yes.
They are looking at something on the screen that says the 51%. So just just back to your point that it might just be an outdated poll from Washington Post and ABC at the time, which was months ago. But go ahead, sir. I wanted to.
If you check Bloomberg's poll last week, up to this last weekend, Joe Biden has shot into the lead. And anyway, from what we knew about them polls in America in the past, they can be off the point. After all, they were awarding him all kinds of laurels before the elections were concluded the last time. At the end of the day, the people were right and Donald Trump was trounced. I suspect that is what is going to happen right now. And what is more, this week we open with criminal charges in 2 New York courts. How he shuttles between the two. Every attempt at delaying, is a master at delaying and disrupting the process. These things are not American. The things he's been doing, the way he's been talking from both sides of the mouth, Donald Trump, very, very un-American. And this is why you see Americans coming out, steaming like we own this country and we don't want any lousy or individual with crazy ideas coming near our White House. This is what the election is going to be about.
Sorry to interrupt you again. So I'm looking at, I've shown another poll because you mentioned Bloomberg poll, right? I'm showing another poll to the audience on the screen that says swing state voters who say Biden or Trump are too old, because you mentioned Bloomberg, but that's what came up. And this one is showing that 82% think that Biden is too old, 47% think that Trump is too old. Can you speak to that, sir?
Well, even when that was the in thing, that poll is not even something that is as recent as last week. When the speech, the State of the Union speech given by Mr. Biden was able to blunt out all that claim. You saw how agile he was. You saw the way he was reeling out things from memory and how he connected with the screen, the prompter that was assisting him to make it, and he laid it out that he was super extraordinary than Donald Trump. So that is only in the past. At the moment, you see the agility of Joe Biden. It compares with that of a youth. And
really?
Yes. It is not about
Chief,
the
that
look.
is a stretch. That is a stretch.
It's not about the look now. You are not focusing on his age. Look at the age of the ideas.
The ideas.
Listen, look at the age of ideas being proposed by Donald Trump, and look at the idea of the age in which we live, to which Joe Biden has firmly connected. This is the point I'm making.
All right.
I'm not taking out. On a good day, I would root for a youth, but still cannot discountenance the wisdom of our old people.
You're absolutely okay. So I would definitely agree with you in terms of ideas. That I didn't realize
the age
that's
of
what
the idea,
about.
the age of the ideas. So you want to make America great again, yet you want us to go back to Jim Crow. You want us to go back to segregation.
That sounds like confusion.
Yes. Then you come on screen. They're talking of abortion, and then you lie barefacedly insulting women. You see, I don't like to champion the cause of women, but women are able to champion their own causes in a definitive way. Look at the big lie he told last week that, this thing is beyond abortion. They even want to be killing your children after birth. Can you imagine that? No. That is some crazy thoughts right there. You don't throw that kind of stuff on the public and think the public would not red flag you. That is errant,
All right. All right, cool. Let's leave it at that. You've done a fantastic job again. I kind of push against you a little stronger there, but
It is all right.
you hold your own.
I love it when you try to advocate. That makes us balance. But people will understand that in our community, as African immigrants, as Americans, we are not dummies. And like you said last week, we are not even Dundee United. Apologies to the Dundee United Football Club in UK.
but let me touch this before we leave this particular topic, right?
Yes, sir.
Again, the I'm noticing more so among the Black Americans, which obviously includes Nigerians and a lot of Africans. I'm noticing that they're starting to question the motive of the Republican, the DNC, and their seeming entitlement, thinking that automatically the vote of the Black American or minority must go to the DNC. There's a sense of entitlement start to push out. Have you noticed that? Or what do you have to say to this?
Yeah, that is not particularly true. Prior to the coming of the later President John F. Kennedy, before he was assassinated, he had firmly connected with African American civil rights leaders and groups. And don't forget, in those days, the way the FBI used to profile and go after people like the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So, over time, the Democratic Party showed up. They showed up for African Americans in this country. They gave them an uplift, and African Americans were able to respond. If we go into that, it is really wide. But let African Americans not think that there's a sense of entitlement. No. Otherwise, it would translate to what the Yorubas would call Ojo Orepe Ashiwere Gbagbe. Yes, these things, they look so distant. But only few years back, the black man will be told to be at the back of the line. And you cannot even share the same seat with a fellow American white. Until Rosa Parks, remember, famously said, "My feet is tired." Don't look at the grammar. Just said, "I've simply had it up to this point." Look at the matches, how people were killed. A youth was brutally assassinated because they accused him of whistling at a white lady. And so this is the past that looks so alluring, so inviting, so enticing, so glorious to people like Donald Trump. So if African Americans now have forgotten where we're coming from, and then they want to connect to, I call it Stockholm Syndrome. Somebody has tormented your life, yet you look up to him as somebody that has given you so much grace. This conversation extends beyond that, and we cannot pump up the bigotry. But let us look at the two individuals on the ballot, Joe Biden, Donald Trump. Somebody looks better to me, and somebody looks kind of ugly.
Wait, what was the last word? Somebody look kind of what?
Yeah, I said between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, somebody looks better, and that is Joe Biden, and somebody looks ugly. That would look to me like a Donald Trump. He has now solved all kinds of insults on immigrants, on African Americans. Please, we can't repeat those things because we know we are a great people, and we will not allow anybody to put us down.
It will be interesting to know. It will be interesting to know the opinion of the people that will watch this video now or later. Please do the needful. Share your comments, share your opinions, your additional context to these conversations. We would appreciate that. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow. And we've got some more to cover. We'll be back in 20 seconds.